Hello, my name's Lucy, and we are having a play. I was gonna do the big people, but they didn't feel like being in the play, so I wanted the children, and they can help it. So there's one of the kids who have blue hair, and one of them are over there. But we're gonna do the play called The Kingdom. And the two stars are coming out right now, and their name is usually named Magician and Prince, but here comes the King and Queen. Hi, we're already married for real, so we may start to play. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a queen and king who always wake up in the morning. They should go get their girls, but they didn't even have lunch or snack. But they just wanted to go, and they said, "Cookie cooks a lot of stuff." Then they went out the door and told them, "Cookie eats a lot of stuff, and she eats and cooks." The first house was Big Top, and she loves doing big stuff. Then she opened her door and she said, "Put your picture back up," when she was doing magic. Then she said, "Oops." Then she had to put her stuff back. And she said, "Sorry, Mom." And she said, "That's okay." Anyway, good morning, she said, and they both got a hug. The next house was Cinderella. So they knocked on her door, and she opened her door, and she said, "Sorry, Mom." Then she cleaned it up, and she said, "Good morning," and they said, "Good morning." And she got a hug. The next house was Pan, but they wanted to name her food, so they did. "Hi, good morning, Mom and Dad." And she said, "No mattress yet?" "No, it's still white. At least it's a Lego bed." "No, it's not a Lego bed. It's a bed." Then she jumped on it, and she told her to stop jumping. And she said, "Stop jumping." "Ooh, sorry." "What's today?" "Today's the Queen's birthday." "Yay! Oh, goody! I want to bring you a present." Mwah. And they did. But it's inside house, in our rooms. Okay, Mom? Okay. Then she woke up and started to brush her teeth. And the king said, "What are you doing with a gun?" "Oh," and she said, just in case if anybody kills the queen or king." Then they said, "Okay, but don't kill yourself." And she said, "Got it." Then they closed their door. The next house was Cookie. They knocked on her door. And they opened the door, and she said, "Good morning." And she said, "Do you have any breakfast like oatmeal?" "Oh, oatmeal and crayola." "Okay." Then they went to the store. Then she picked up, and they said, "This is the last one." Then she buy it from that Crayola girl. And she gave it 50 cents. And she gave it to her. And she said, "Here you go. It will be cooked in 2 minutes." And she said, "Okay." Then she closed the door. The last house was her best friend. And she knocked on the door, and she said, "Stay here." And she said, "Hi. Hi. and they loved each other. So, I think by now it was supposed to be time to get my food. It was all ready. She was holding it and waiting. Then she took a taste to see if it was old, and she told the queen and king, I took a taste and it wasn't old. And she said, I'm glad it wasn't. So they walked back, and they sat this on the table, and they start drinking it until they hear the noise. They heard a siren that they heard, and it was a big one that came out. And they told him, what's in the cars? He said, whatever it is, it's big time. I never seen a monster like that, she said. At least we don't know what it is yet. And she said, yes, we do. It's a siren kill. Then everybody start running until the queen died. And they found water and they got her. And she died. And they all said, oh, Mamma Mia. Then she grabbed her plate and went back in the house. And she said, whoa, that was so not good. Then the kitties were so impressed that they were so happy that they killed her. But not the king. The king was so sad. And he said, yeah, I'm going to get one of my girls to kill them. Then he asked all the girls to get out the door. Stop. Then they all opened the door. Stop, Jack. They all opened the door.
Jack!
Until they said, I want everybody to get your stuff and go and grab it. Well, I'll take my bag. It's still easy. All it is just a smack on the head, she said. Then he told her to take this, and she said, ooh, I'm good at karate stuff, and I'm good at hip, because I can do this. And she said, that's easy. Until she said, Zebra, give me the box. And they moved the box. Then Zebra came out the door, but they got out. And he hugged her, and she said, I'll be back. Then he got inside, and he gave her the box. Then he put it on his head and bopped it out until she got it. That was a good decision. I will run back to my room. Got it. Then the queen was still there, and she said, are you alive? Then she said it, and she told the king, the queen's dead. I know, she thought we put her in the doctor. Then they dropped her in the doctor, and they ran back. And Cookie gave out her food and said, who's ready to throw some food? And the queen, until the queen wasn't happy, she got her book out and said, don't worry, this book is so hard. Some flappy books isn't hard to bump you on the head. Until everybody was so ready that the kitties were standing at them. And they said, attack! Until they all got out. And they said, we should go. It looks like big time. I've never seen little bitty tiny monsters like that. At least let's do it. Then they smacked him on the head. And she said, that's a good shot. Then she put magic on it, and she gave it back to him, and he loved her that he's back. She threw food at him that was burning, and they drank the spicy blood. by an accident, and it burned their throat. Then she said, yes. They didn't know it was Chinese soup. Chinese soup was good, but not that Chinese soup. Then she slapped the book on her head, and she ran back home, and she put her book down back in. Then she wasn't the last one, and she said, you go, but I'll be watching you, mister. And she said, got it. Then she got both of them until that one didn't came. Then she moved, then she grabbed her tail and pulled him back, and she slapped both of them until she said, that's good. You can go, but I'll be watching there. Then she slapped the last one until he moved. Until they said, yay! And they were all glad that they will be friends forever. And the queen woke up. Then she took off those stuff that they put on her. She took off yellow, white, and red. And she said, I'm better. Then they had the kingdom back, and they kissed, and they wanted to get married again. You are queen, wife, and queen. Then they both kissed, and they lived happily ever after. We will have a party! The end.